In Palworld, breathing is the #1 thing you need to do in order to get the most powerful pals. But there is a lot of misunderstanding from other videos that I've seen that don't really teach you how to get the best base stats for your pal. And without having the best base stats for your pal, you won't have the most powerful pals. Today we're going to be going over this ultimate guide on breathing, what you need to do, what you need to know to get the most powerful pals in the game. All right, guys, so let's get started with the basics. I'm just going to go over the basics real quick on how to make a breathing form and how to get it started, just for those of you who might be new and are just learning how to breathe. All right, so the first things first, guys, in order for you to start breathing, you're going to need to unlock a ranch. You're going to be able to unlock this at level 19. Once you hit level 19, you will be able to unlock this breathing wrench. Now, this is going to be the thing that's going to keep everything working for you. And the main concept of this, guys, is being able to bring in one male and one female of each character, or one male and one female of different types of characters to make a different character or a different pal. Now, I will have links in the description over the kind of the sheet that you're going to want to need to use in order to know what makes what and how to make each other. And I'll also link a website that gives you that data with more visuals. Now that you understand that, let's talk about the next thing you're going to need. In order for you guys to be able to consume a baby or consume a hatched egg, which is what both characters produce, you're going to need to put cake in here. And cake is what's going to allow you guys to be able to produce that egg. Now, in order for you guys to make cake, you're going to need a kitchen or anything that allows you to make the recipes, which will allow you to make cake. Now, to make cake, you need flour, red berries, milk, eggs, and honey. Now, all of these items you're actually able to either purchase or craft via your base. And I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys should already know how to do this. If you need eggs, you just got to make, get chickens, put them in the farm to produce your eggs. If you need milk, you just got to get a cow to give you the milk, put her in the farm. Red berries, you already guys know you need to plant the red berry option right there. To get flour, I'll show you guys exactly how to do it, and to get honey as well. So to get flour, guys, is very simple. You just got to plant one of the wheat options right here, which is going to allow you to create wheat, which is this weeding farm. And then once you have that weeding farm, you're going to have to go to your mill right here and have that mill produce convert the wheat into flour, and that will give you the flour. Now, to get the honey, there are multiple pals you could actually farm to get honey, or you could easily go to a vendor and buy any of these materials to start your farm. And that is how you make cake. Once you have those ingredients, you'll be able to make cake, and you put the cake in here and they start breathing. All right, so now the question is, all right, I already know that. Like, how do you make the strongest pals? Well, there's going to be two things that I want to show you guys in order to do that. So if I go to my characters right here, you're going to notice that there are two major stats that are going to be extremely important to make your characters really powerful. So if you notice right here, my Tansy, he has some really good stats, really amazing stats. And the main thing you want to focus on is this attack and this defense. Now, these two right here will always be different if you capture pals in the wild. So if you capture pals outside, these are going to be changing, and I'll show you guys in a little bit what I mean. And the other thing you need to focus on are on the passive skills. The passive skills are going to give you a huge boost. So let me give you guys a quick example of what I mean. For example, if you notice this level 1 floppy, she is going to be a attack of 106 and a defense of -44. That's because this is going to reduce her defense. But I just want you guys to focus on the attack. So level 1, 106 attack, right? And if I go to this other floppy, which is another level 1, we have this one which lowers the defense once again, but this is attack of 105. So right off the bat, you guys see that there's a bit of a difference that you're probably wondering, why is it that this floppy, that's a level 1, has a 105 attack when the same floppy that is a level 1 has a 106 attack. I know it's not that big of a difference right now for this character, but it's just to give you an idea that when you capture the pals attack are going to be different because you are not getting the base attack value, the highest base attack value, when you capture this pal. Now, the only way you're going to be able to do that is by either being lucky and capturing a pal that has the highest base stat, or by crafting a pal with the highest base stat. By not crafting, but I should say breathing a pal with the highest base stat. And that is the first thing you should prioritize when trying to make the most powerful pal. Now, the spreadsheet and the data sheet that I show you guys shows you exactly how to get the PAL with the highest base stat. Now, it's going to take a lot of breathing, but if you notice right here, as I'm showing you guys right now on the screen, as you guys progress in evolution of the PAL, when you get to the final phase, you're going to notice that it's going to cap out on the amount of power that PAL is going to be able to output. Once you create the PAL that you want, you're going to want to make sure you get the one with the highest base value. Once you get the ones with the highest base value, it then becomes really important to be able to start passing on the passive skills. Now, there is a secret on how to pass the correct way to, I believe, and the fastest way that I believe to pass on passive skills. Now, this is where a lot of people seem to be struggling because they spend a lot of time breathing because they're not passing the passive skills correctly. So I'm going to show you guys exactly my method that I do in order to be able to get the fastest return on time and value when it comes to being able to do that. So number one, guys, you want to make sure you cook eggs real fast. I'm going to have a video on how to get your workers to work the hardest and to be able to, get that cake, get your stuff done in like some seconds, okay? But that apart is being able to properly pass on passive skills. So let me show you Tansy. Tansy has Lucky, Legend, Ferocious, and Musclehead. My German Tide has Legend, Musclehead, Aggressive, and Ferocious. My Jet Dragon has Legend, Nimble, Runner, and Swift. Now, I've been able to pass these down in the correct manner with the less amount of time needed to pass these down. And how does that work? So, for example, let's take Tansy, for example. What you guys are going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure you farm a lot of Tansies. Okay, that makes perfect sense. But once you have these Tansies, you want to make sure that one's a male and one's a female, of course. The main thing you want here, though, is you want to make sure that one of the Tansies you captures has the lucky perk. Okay, so for example, this one has the lucky perk, this one has the lucky perk. But you really, really want is you want to make sure that it drops with the least amount of passive skills. If for some reason you get lucky, and hence the word that we're trying to farm the lucky one, with just the lucky trait, you have yourselves a winner. Okay, you have yourselves a winner because that is going to guarantee that lucky trait passes on quicker than if you have a Tansy with the lucky passive skills with 4 passive skills. So basically what you're looking for is you're looking for a Tansy that has a lucky skill, a passive skill, or a lucky option with the least amount of passives. And then you're going to look for another Tansy that has the legend skill, or let's say the ferocious skill, with the least amount of options. Basically, the rule of thumb is you want to make sure you have a character with just one passive skill. In this case, we want one with just a lucky, and we want one with just a ferocious to be able to create and breathe a Tansy that has the lucky and ferocious skill applied to as quickly as we possibly can. So that's what you want. Basically, you want this scenario, right? You want to find a character that has the lucky passive skill. So for example, I want the Pinglet and I want to create a really powerful one. I'm going to look for a Pinglet that has a lucky passive skill. And then I'm going to look for another one that has a other skill that I want. For example, this has the artisan skill. So I already know if I want to make a really good worker for Pinglet, this one gives me a work speed of 15%. And I want another Pinglet that has the artisan trait, which is a really good passive skill, which has a work speed of 50. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that this guy is a female and that this guy is a male. So right here you see this is a female, this is a male. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab both of these, all right? And then I'm going to breed them together. And when they hatch the baby's going to be produced with the lucky and artisan skill. And this is the fastest way to actually go about that. So that's how you pass those out. Now, once you have those completed, which I'll show you guys right now here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put these piglets in here, and we're going to grab both of them. And here, come over here, buddy. Hey, stop running. Oh, my Lord. All right, so we're going to grab is this piglet right here. And not piglet, pig. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put one of them in here, okay? And we're going to dump him in there. Now we just got to go find the other one. He's over there. And once we put these two together, the baby that they're going to hatch out should wield us what we want here. So let me go ahead and lift him up, take him to his location. All right, let's go here. And drop him here. And drop him there. Now, this is going to take a little bit of a while for this to start happening, for them to start mating. But once this is completed, we're going to see the actual baby that's going to be produced. All right, so our first egg has been hatched. We're going to pick it up. We're going to grab it. We're going to take it into one of the egg sections right here. We're going to pour our egg here. And we're going to do one hatch, see what it does. And if we're lucky, this should definitely produce an egg with Artisan and Lucky. All right, so now that you guys saw that we were able to produce that and it was quick, right? We got that really quick. You guys saw we have Artisan, we have Lucky there. We have a really good start. Now the next thing we want to do is find another passive skill that's going to make this character really powerful. And that is going to be Workaholic. So this is where the farming comes into play, because now we know we already have a female piglet that's going to have these two traits. So now what we need to do is we need to go back out and farm or see if we have anything in our inventory that has a specific piglet that we're able to use that is that's a male that has the Workaholic trait. If you don't have one, then you need to go out hunting and looking for a male that has another really good skill that you can apply in here that will work for whatever build you're going for. If you're going for a worker, if you're going for a fighter, if you're going for someone that has a really fast speed mechanic, for someone that's going to help you traverse, then you're going to look for that one. So for example, let's say this Power of Gaia is instead of Power of Gaia, this is going to be a Workaholic. Then I would grab this piglet. I would grab this piglet. All right, piglet, and then I would go into the farm and dump them in there and have them mate. So the baby that gets produced will come with 3 stats now, as opposed to just 2. And that's going to take a little bit longer because you're going to need to produce more eggs, which hence will give you to produce more cakes. Now that you have the third one with all the traits, then you're going to find one that just has a single passive of the final passive that you want. And then you're just going to want to mate him that way. That's what I feel that a lot of people are doing it incorrectly. A lot of people are getting a character that has like 3 passive skills, 2 passive skills, 4 passive skills, and they're combining them. And that is just making the process of breeding way longer. Now that you saw how the passive skills work and how you're actually able to pass on the passive skills a lot quicker, it's going to save your time from breeding a lot more. It's just going to make your time farming for certain characters a little bit longer. But the breeding process takes longer. It's better for you guys to get one character that has 2 really good passives, and then just go and farm and capture pals that have other passives that you want. It just makes it go a lot faster because there's way more pals, and then there's ways for you to actually increase the amount of pals that are available in the game to make your grind a lot faster. Now that you know the correct way to actually pass on passive skills, and you know how to get the best character with the highest base value skill sets, you guys should be really good to go and be able to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button, because now you have even more powerful pals. But guys, if you want to know how to get the rarest pals without even shooting a bullet, I highly recommend you check out this video that's popping up right now on the screen to make your breathing process even more faster. I hope you guys are enjoying our content. If you are doing the Heat's favorite, guys, drop a comment, drop a like, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications so you guys won't miss when our videos go live. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.